remember in the Garden of Eden, when Adam ate of the, when God was giving Adam instruction, God said, do not eat of this fruit. That the day you eat of it, you will surely die. Are you with me? Yes, there is no two ways about it. You will surely die. Because trapped under the tree is the entire history that had happened before Adam's creation. And God did not want to bother Adam about all the forces that has been trapped. Are you with me? Yes, existence and creations and beings that have existed and knowledge that has existed before Adam was made. So he didn't want to bother him. So he grouped all of them and put them under that tree. I don't know if you are getting me. So he said, do not eat of this tree. Are you sure you are with me? The day you eat of it, you will unlock something in this tree that is hidden down. Are you sure you are with me? And Adam understood that revelation. Because the Bible says Adam was not deceived. It was the woman that was deceived. What it means is that even at the point where Eve brought the food, Adam still remembered what God said. He was not deceived. He was convinced that he could be like God. I don't know if you are with me. It's two things. Are you with me? One person, for Eve was deceived because she was naive. But for Adam knew what he was doing and he deliberately ate the fruit, being convinced that he could be like God as Satan had suggested. So it is called treason. So look at it. The reason why the sin could not be easily forgiven is because this was the first thing Satan thought to do. And when he thought to do it, he was kicked out of heaven. And the punishment for treasonable felony is to be kicked out. So when he said, I will ascend into the throne of God and be like God, then he was thrown down. And now that another man had been made, he came now to come and also suggest that. Are you with me? Yes, so just exactly what he told God, he came to do it through man. But now he told the man, he said, you can be like God. I don't know if you are with me. You can be like God. And he stirred up an hunger in the man to want to be like God. I don't know if you are with me. Not to be like God the way God had created man, because God said, the Bible says God made man in his own image and likeness. So be like God is not to be a resemblance of God. The be like God there means he wants to replace God and kick God out of his position. I don't know if you are with me. Not to be like God in function and in beauty and in appearance. He wants to be like God in enjoying the power and the majesty and the splendor that God enjoys. It is not bad for a boy to want to be like his master. It is only bad for a boy to want to replace his master. I don't know if you are with me. Every Oga wants every boy to be good, so that even if he's not around, he knows everything is working well. I don't know if you are with me. Okay, but when before you come, your boy has sold the shop and you don't have an office to enter again, and I don't know if you are with me. So to be like is different from to replace. So what Adam did was not what could now be easily forgiven, because it was a treasonable felony. It was an idea that is conceived and preconceived for a replacement. Are you sure you are with me? Okay. So since Adam sinned and committed that treason, the spirit of death has been on rampage. Please follow me. Follow me. Follow me. After Adam did that, everything began to deteriorate because death was released. So before this time, Adam had lived in the garden for thousands of years with God because they were in eternity. Are you sure you are with me? It was the day after Adam ate the fruit, days started counting. Years did not count until Adam sinned. Are you sure you are with me? It was after Adam sinned, then the sun and the moon began to regulate Adam's life. Adam was living outside the sun and the moon. Are you sure you are with me? So it was the day that he ate of the fruit. Then his life began to be regulated by sun and moon to create a day. Night and day to create one day. Are you sure you are with me? Are you sure you are getting what I'm saying? And now man began to age, because the intent of God, the intention of God was to train man in the Garden of Eden. Then he gets to a point where he will eat of the tree of life and live forever. So God's idea and agenda is to have a physical being with physical flesh that don't die. Are you sure you are with me? Are you sure you are with me? So he was able to achieve that in Jesus now, because Jesus came in physical flesh. He died on the cross. He rose up again in physical flesh. So Jesus is the only being that has physical flesh seated in heaven as we speak. Because before our very eyes, Jesus did not ascend as a spirit. He ascended as a man, having eaten fish. And he entered the room as a spirit. And he ate fish as a physical person. And he levitated into the cloud as a physical person. Are you with me? Yes, or you are not with me? Okay. So, when man was driven from the garden, the spirit of death entered into the earth to govern the earth. So what regulates the earth since that time had been the spirit of death. And when the spirit of death comes, it demands that life be taken. Are you sure you are with me? So as long as you live in this world, to be able to prevail, blood must be shed. Because the spirit of death is saying something must die for something to live. So God typified and gave us a clue all the way. Because as Adam sinned, they sinned, Adam took leave to cover himself. But he observed that even the leaf could not cover his nakedness. God had to do the first ritual. He killed an animal. That was the first blood that was shed. Are you sure you are with me? Because for him to even relate with Adam at that time, blood must be shed because Adam had fallen from grace. Are you sure you are getting me? So the blood of goat was sprinkled. Then the skin was taken to cover him. That means sin has to now be covered until a pure person comes to remove sin. Are you sure you are with me? So the killing of animal only covers sin. It doesn't take it away. So God killed the goat to cover the sin of Adam. Are you sure you are with me? And use the blooded skin also to cover his nakedness. And from that time, blood must be needed for remission of sin. So when also the angel of death was coming in Egypt, God told Moses, kill lamb. Put it on the lintel, the top and the double post, indicating cross also. Yes. Are you with me? Yes, so, a typology of what will happen on the cross of Calvary. Are you sure you are with me? Yes, so, put it at the top and the two doorposts. Are you with me? Yes, and when the angel of death comes, the angel of death will see blood and he will pass over. The angel of death is not passing over. It's not passing over, leaving you without executing. No. The angel of death is passing over because as he sees the blood, he knows death has already occurred here. So his mission here is accomplished. So blood is what makes him pass. So, on the earth, the angel of death and the fear of death is the greatest problem of humanity. And those in the dark world, they are able to manipulate this and use human sacrifices to prevail on the earth. Are you sure you are with me? But there is something I want you to know. As long as you are in this earth, living in this earth, blood must be exchanged for you to be able to put death away from you. You see, death is not only dying physically. You can have death in business. You can have the spirit of death working. No matter what you do, it dies in your hand. No matter the money they put in your hand, it's not able to grow. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. Are you sure you are with me? Is somebody here? So look at it in Hebrews chapter 2, verse 14. The Bible says, for as much then as the children are what? Partakers of flesh and blood. He also himself did what? Likewise, took part of the same, that through what? Death, he might destroy what? Him that had the power of death. That is where? That is who? The devil. So the devil had the power of death, being the one that convinced Adam. Are you sure you are with me? But look at verse 15. Look at verse 15. And deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. All their lifetime. So from Adam till now, there is one spirit that is moving. It's called the spirit of death. It is the only spirit that puts men in bondage in our day. And if men must conquer, if men must be able to overcome, death must be offered. What is the death? You see, people navigate faster when they decide to meet a sorcerer and they perform a human sacrifice and they are able to bypass these laws and succeed faster. I don't know if you are getting me. Yes, are you sure you are with me? Because the realm of the spirit and the physical realm that we live in now permits exchange of life for a life to prevail. That means you can take another life for the exchange of your own life. Are you sure you are getting me? So that you can prevail. So when the angel of death comes, somebody has been sacrificed on your behalf so that you can now enjoy and live. Are you getting me? Indicating that you have already paid the price of death. Because everyone must die. Because of Adam's sin, everyone that comes into this world must die the death of bondage before they die the physical death eventually. And this death of bondage is the spirit of death manning over your life to oppress you, not to function in that which God has ordained for you. And it manifests in different persons. For some persons, they are not able to do business. For some persons, they are not able to marry. For some persons, there's just problem in the family. For some persons, they are not able to give birth. It's just whenever you see, whatever was not possible in the garden, that is now possible in our ecosystem, was introduced because of the sin. Are you with me? So it's a function, a reflection of death. So when we talk about death, don't be looking at only people in mortuary. No. We are talking about a system that truncates God's ideal purpose for your life. So whatever makes you short of that which God has ordained is a reflection of death. Pain is death. Poverty is death. Not being able to have a working relationship is a reflection of that. Everything that the devil does is a reflection, an offshoot of death. Are you sure you're with me? Okay. So he is showing us here. He said that everyone that is born of Adam has been under one form of bondage or the other. But Jesus came, took on flesh. Are you sure you're with me? Instead of us to begin to look for fellow human to exchange what we are supposed to die to be able to allow the spirit of death give way. Are you sure you are with me? Are you sure you are with me? God sent one person who is pure, and because of the purity, he was able to ascertain and obtain something, because we became all sinners and being troubled by the spirit of death by one man's disobedience. Are you sure you are with me? So God was also looking for one man also who will be totally pure. Are you sure you are with me? He is without sin. He will come. So just in the way that through one man's disobedience, we all have the spirit of death tormenting us. Are you with me? We might now also have one man, through his obedience, we now have a fresh resurrection spirit to destroy the works of the devil. Are you sure you are with me? Is somebody with me? Please follow me. So this is the idea. So when Jesus came, he was trying to explain something to them. Even at that time, many of the disciples thought they were just eating bread and wine. But Jesus said something. He said, take this bread. It's my body. Take this wine. It's my blood. It is shed for you. Ha! It is shed for you. Why? Why? There is no prevailing without death. So you are supposed to pay the price of death before you leave. Are you sure you're with me? But you don't have the price of death to pay. So Jesus came to pay it. Are you sure you're with me? Is somebody here? So each time you take the communion, what you are actually doing is this. You are performing a human sacrifice. So Jesus is saying that this bread, take it as my body. This wine, take it as my blood. As often as you do this, whenever there's a spiritual thing around you, whenever you observe some things are abnormal, you need to take it and say, spirit of death that is trying to cause frustration here, somebody has died already. Just like the Passover, somebody has died already. Then you take the bread, you take the wine and say, this is the blood of the person that died. This is the body of the person that died. I sample it and I cover this house with the blood of Jesus. So I want to show you something. First Corinthians 11. First Corinthians 11. Is somebody here with me? First Corinthians 11. From verse 24. Are you with me tonight? Please stay with me. Please stay with me. Please stay with me. First Corinthians 11 from verse 24. And the Bible says, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, what did he say? Take. This is my body. Take. He gave them bread. He said, take. Eat it. It is my body. It is broken for you. It has been agreed that I should substitute for you. And my body, because of the purity, has been shared, that anyone who remembers what I've done on the cross and takes a bread with that understanding of the cross, the bread changes to my body. So what converts bread to body of Jesus is the remembrance of the cross. That's why Apostle Paul said this they do, not discerning the lost body. That means eating bread. You see what the difference between your bread and tea and the bread and this wine is remembering and picturing Jesus on the cross. The moment you are able to remember and picture him on the cross, you convert it from normal bread and tea to what? To the body of Jesus. Are you sure you are here? If you sit in front and you are not able to respond, I will soon call somebody from behind so that you can be behind. And when I point and say, are you sure you are with me? I mean you are far. So it's actually a rhetorical question. I'm not asking you to answer. When I say, are you with me? I mean I need you to come. I'm on a roll and I don't know if you are with me. Are you sure you are with me? Now we are on the same page. He said, which is broken for you, then This do in what? In remembrance of me. So the converting power that converts your normal bread into the body of Jesus is what? Remembering what he did on the cross. That he died as an innocent man. That understanding converts the bread. Are you there? Are you sure you're with me? The next verse. The next verse. Please follow me. I'm about to show you what I'm showing you tonight is what you will not get on the street or in the marketplace. It's something that should build fortification in you. So please don't take it lightly. Because you did not register for 5,000 to come and say, don't take what I'm sharing with you lightly. Are you sure you're with me? Look at the next verse. After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament in where? My blood. Look at it. This do ye, follow me, as often as ye drink it in remembrance of me. So what converts the bread? Remembrance. What converts the wine? But there is another part I want you to take note of. There's another part I want you to take note of. There's another part I want you to take note of. He said, as often. Did you see as often? Did you see as often? Did you see as often? Do you know why he said as often? He said as often. You need a performance of human sacrifice daily to live. So he didn't say, as you eat this bread and eat this cup, I have died for you and that's all. No. He said the type of blood I have released is the type that don't fade away. Please follow me. Follow me. Look at it. A man wants to extend his days and wants his business to move. So he took a boy and sacrificed on the altar and he started becoming prosperous. After like 5 years, because that boy is a sinner, the Babalawo said the lifespan of the money has expired. You need to bring another person. Because even though his life was exchanged, his life is susceptible because it's still under the Adamic law of sin. So the Baba says that now, Oga, if you want it to last longer before the next sacrifice, a virgin can take you for more 10 years. So a virgin is a bit pure than. So bring a virgin. So it can take 10 years. But after 10 years, you need another sacrifice. But there is this eternal sacrifice. What I need to renew it is just to remember. As I remember, it's activated. As I remember, it's activated. As I remember, it's activated. Even as we are enjoying ourselves in the house of God, so on this kind of revelation, somebody is chewing gum. in this kind of atmosphere. I don't know if you are with me. So, please follow me. Are you sure you are with me? So, you thought that once you go to church on Sunday, you were good for the week. No, but Jesus says, no, you are missing it. You need blood of Jesus every day. Is she okay? I don't know if you are with me. The days we are in are days where, while in church, people can be browsing, people can be messaging. I don't know if you are with me. Even in the midst of the presence of God. Are you sure you are with me? Yes, so you thought that Sunday worship was enough. But Jesus is saying, no, there's something you need to understand. There is an eternal blood that is everlasting. You don't need, when you finish sacrificing it, you don't need to look for another human sacrifice again. This one is pure. The validity of this blood is for eternity. It is coming from everlasting. Remember Melchizedek. He had his way from everlasting to everlasting. So this blood was coming from before the foundations of the world, and is going to the foundation of the New Jerusalem. Are you sure you are with me? So this blood does not have expiry date. But every human sacrifice has expiry date. That's why after you do, you need to renew. But see the problem. Even though the blood that you have on your head to chase away the spirit of death and the angel of death to stay away from your family, your you see, this spirit of death we are talking about, as he tries to attack you, if he sees that it doesn't succeed, he go after your wife. If he sees it doesn't succeed, then he go after your child that cannot talk yet. So you need to understand that as long as you are in this earth, there's no escape route. No, there's no escape route. You must come back to the blood of Jesus. Blood of Jesus, or you go to sorcerer to sacrifice human being to be free. And that one is tentative. Is this one that is permanent? In that one, you multiply your sorrows. Because now, after you sacrifice human being, are you getting me? The spirit of death will give you chance, but the spirit of the person you killed will not be the one disturbing you, give you umpire. So in a long run, it looks like from frying pan to fire. That's why they used to commit suicide. At the end of the day, they commit suicide, or they run mad, or they just move into mental. They cannot remember things again. Yeah. Are you with me? Are you sure you are with me? Because now, whenever you killed someone, you thought the person was your physical enemy to remove the person from the way. Are you with me? So you killed the person, thinking the person is out of your way and you are now okay, not knowing that you have only converted a physical enemy to become a spiritual enemy. Are you sure you are with me? Is somebody with me? Okay. Let us round up now. Let's round it up. Let's round it up. Let's round it up. Okay, there's still time. Look at it. Look at it. Take this bread. In remembrance of me, it becomes my body. Take this wine. In remembrance of me, it becomes my blood. Do it often. Why? Why often? Because every man needs blood daily to prevail when evil day comes. So you don't wait for the evil day to come before you do your sacrifice. So you do your sacrifice often, just as a lifestyle. So as you are doing it often, as a lifestyle, today nothing bad happened, tomorrow nothing bad happened. At least, as long as it's a lifestyle, the day something bad wants to happen, you will still do it without knowing that something bad wanted to happen, and you enter that day sanctified. It doesn't mean it will not come, it will come. But you just observe that this problem that could have been very big problem, it just understand it just passed. I say nothing happened. I don't know if you are. Yeah, so the spirit of death will come, and instead of it to attack, death has occurred here already. It will just pass over you. I'm not just a pastor that is preaching. I'm telling you life experiences that God has taken me through. Sometimes big problem like this, I think this one is a very mighty problem. God will just find a way. That sometimes in the UAE, while I was there, to bounce check is to get 3 years in jail. I don't know if you are getting me. And sometimes I do a transaction and I'm not able to put the money together as at the time I was supposed to credit the account, and the check will bounce. And I will say, problem everywhere already. Then I take the communion. I say, Lord, I know you know how to make a way, even within this their law. And suddenly, I'll just be surprised that the person that was supposed to go and press charges, he has gone to maybe Egypt or traveled for that period. So even myself, I now have the money to give to them. The person who is supposed to press charges is not yet back, so we are waiting. So I'm not even at fault. Oh, you are not understanding. I'm just trying to show you. Something that is supposed to be very bad will just happen in a way. And God knows how to ensure that it came, but it will just pass. But it could have been worse. Some accidents that will just happen. Tire will remove. And the car will park. But for some other car, it will somersault and everybody will die. So the strike, I'm saying Satan will still strike. Yes, I'm saying he will still strike. But at the end of the day, you will observe that it passed over you. That's what happens when you have performed the sacrifice. Are you? So the whole Christianity thing did not start until somebody was sacrificed. Yes. In fact, Jesus did not die. He was offered. And the whole politics was looking as though it's a politics. But if you check the arrangement, if you check the fingerprint beyond the arrangement, you will see that it was the priest that offered him. Because it's a priest that offers sacrifice. When Pilate said, "This man is without sin, I wash my hand," the high priest said, "If you will not do anything about it, we will go and meet King Agrippa. We will report that will cause uproar, and you know the emperor will not like it. So the man had to wash his hand and say, I am not the one that killed him. It is the high priest that killed him. And the high priest is responsible for offering sacrifice. So Jesus was not killed. He was offered as our sacrifice. You sure you're with me? So, also in Egypt, Egypt was a template of the world. The lamb that was slain was a template of Christ. The spirit of death is the demon that ravages our day. Are you there? The killing of the lamb and the putting on the lintel of the blood is a ritual, indicating that death has occurred here. So let those who are left here live. So sacrifice is, I want to live by the death of this person. So Jesus said, this bread and this wine, they are my body and my blood that is offered for you. Don't live your day without it as often as you do it. Did you see that? You do sow the lost debt till it comes again. Do this in remembrance. The next verse, verse 26. Everybody read it for me. Each time you take the bread and you take the wine, you are saying you perform a sacrifice that tells the spirit or the angel of death that you just killed somebody. My brothers and my sisters, they understand this understanding. As often as you do what? Eat this bread. And do what? Drink this cup. What are you doing? You sow. Because somebody is coming to demand death. Then you sow him. You sow him. Death. You don't know the devil. No, you don't know the devil. Satan can kill your future husband and he never comes. You don't know the devil we are talking about. You don't know him. No, you don't know him. You don't know him. You don't know him. Every day you take the communion and you declare what you want to see in your life. Be saying it. Be saying it. Say it and remove anything that you don't want to see. The realm of the spirit controls this realm. I know what we control from there. That's why I'm telling you the truth. We control things from there. Yes. We kill and make alive from there. Yeah. From there. From there. We control things from there. I'm telling you the truth. That realm controls this realm because it gave birth to this realm. So when you see a mighty tree, don't be looking at the tree. When you want to destroy the tree, don't be checking the leaves. Just remove the root. It's dead. And so always, what holds a physical thing is the part you are not seeing. Whatever you see, what is making you see it is something you cannot see. You see a human being, it's a spirit that is making you see the person. Remove the spirit now, the person is gone. Whatever when you see a mighty tree, when you see a mighty tree, what you can see is the tree, Abi. What is making you see that tree is under the ground. It's under the ground. When you go under the ground and remove what is under the ground, the tree will just fall. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. Whatever you see with your eye is unseen things that controls it. That's why you are still seeing it. Yeah. Never joke with the realm of the spirit. When you don't trade spiritual principle, Satan can manipulate your life. You will think you are smart, but you cannot be smarter than the devil. No, you only outsmart him by the blood. Are you with me? Yeah. When you think you are smart, Satan will take care of you. He will finish you. At the end of the day, even you will put your hand on your head and say, I am finished. You don't understand? How old are you? You are 25, 30, 35. We're talking of somebody that has been living before Adam was made. And Adam is 6,000 years plus. And this guy was there. I don't know if you are with me. His age is not in the kingdom that was destroyed before Adam was made. He existed before that kingdom was destroyed. Because it was the destruction of that kingdom that led to the flooding of the earth in Genesis 1. And the earth became without form and void. Because it was destroyed because of him. That kingdom was another age. So we are not talking of your younger brother here. No. We are not talking of him. We are talking of somebody that has buried thousands of bones. He has led women astray. He has led men astray. He has destroyed. You are not the first. He has destroyed destinies. So you don't joke with this kind of personality. If you want to serve God, serve him. I always advise people, if you don't want to take God seriously, go to native doctor. Please. It's too dangerous not to take God serious and you are not going to darkness. Yes. Do you know why? As you come to church now, he's angry with you. But if you are going to, you are his friend. So he knows that this one is in my, this, I don't know if you are with me. So I focus on those who are going to church. But now, you are not claiming that you are a child of the devil. And at the same time, you are using mouth to say you are a child of God. Then you are not committing to God the way a child of God will commit. So you are you make yourself unnecessary target. If you don't want to serve God, very simple. Be very bad. Go to club, smoke igbo, go to shrine. Why are you wasting your talent? You're wasting your talent. You're wasting your talent. Serve God or do the thing well. You know that? Do the thing so that when you are going to hell, you live your life well. How can you still be doing small and still go to hell? It's waste of resources. If you want to go to hell well as chairman, chairwoman. Do it very well. Say one lady is not enough. Do 3 some, do 4 some. Do smoke, take cocaine, run mad, do everything. I don't know if you are with me. But if you know that you want to be in light, then you have to adjust yourself to walk in light. If not, you are putting yourself in serious danger zone. Yeah. Because there is no demilitarized zone. That means there is no zone where there are no military people. Okay, in light there's military. In darkness there's military. There's no part of the earth that is middle. No. Every part is darkness or light. No place where is pink. No. It is darkness or light. It's either you are in light or you are in darkness. No blue, no green, no primary or secondary color, darkness or light, because these are not colors. You see, when they say Africa is darkness, no, darkness is not blackness. Black is a beautiful color. Darkness is void of color. Black is a combination of all colors. So from black you get all colors. That's why a black man can donate kidney to a white man. Because we are only black by color pigmentation. But our blood content is blood group O positive or O negative and the rest. We are grouped as human beings. In blood, no black. Blood group only. So black is beautiful. If you are black, don't turn yourself to Coke and Fanta. You are beautiful. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. And anywhere you go where they don't appreciate black, just live there. The Bible says they are inhabitable part of the earth. Anywhere you go where your black is not appreciated, go to where it is appreciated. Just leave that place. It means for you. That is part of where God said people like you should not stay. Let me round up now. Look at it. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do what? Show the Lord's death till he comes. So, what is the durability of this blood? Till rapture. You don't need another Jesus to die. No. This blood is authentic once and for all blood. Each time you take the bread, you have killed a part of him and it chases the demon of death away. Can you understand? Yes, sir. Can you understand it? Then you also begin to practice the things that goes with that kingdom of light. In Matthew 23:23, he said, ye pay tithe of cumin and all that. He said, but ye have omitted the weightier part of the law, which is justice, or judgment, mercy, and faithfulness. Are you there? Okay, so Jesus is not saying you shouldn't pay tithe there. He is saying that don't be living a life that is anti the kingdom and pay tithe. It doesn't work like that. I don't know if you are getting me. Okay, so if you say you are taking the communion, the realm of the spirit is a realm where heart is checked. The what is used to check is heart and action. So after you are finished committing fornication and you come and say you want to take the communion, this is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. This is where the real problem is. As you are finished committing that thing now and you take the communion and say you want to show his death till he comes. I don't know if you are with this. What you have done is this. Instead of you to show forth his death, I don't know if you are getting me. Instead of you to show forth his death, you are deliberately attracting a demon to camp with you. Whereas you will receive forgiveness, but a demon will be assigned to you from the spirit of death. So he will not kill you. He will now put you in step 2 zone. Step 2 zone is those who go to church but serve Satan. So the deepest form of Satan is not the horn. No. The deepest form of Satan is believers that Satan has changed their heart and they are still holding mic. Satan's greatest work, no. The most powerful dimension of Satan is not the ones he attacks and kills. No. The most powerful dimension are people in church that he has converted. He has converted them. Right now, doing wrong does not move them again. It's normal. So every other thing they do now is now a show. So that's what Jesus called hypocrisy. So Jesus said there's a dimension of hypocrisy to giving, there's a dimension of hypocrisy to fasting, and there's a dimension of hypocrisy to prayer. And each of these things that is saying there is a hypocritic dimension, they are compulsory things that are materials and elements in the blood. Yes, sir. So while in the blood you must pray. While in the blood you must fast. While in the blood you must give. But when lifestyle is different from these 3 attributes, it produces hypocritic dimension. Are you there? Yes, so while you hold the communion, you must hold it as a surrendered life. Not a life that is different from what you are professing. If not, it's a hypocritic dimension of taking the communion. In that case, you are not showing his death. Are you with me? In that case, you are rejecting his death. You are not showing it, you are rejecting. Are you sure you are with me? He didn't die to keep us in sin. He died to liberate us. So we show the devil that we are free. So when we sin, we are not showing. Are you getting me? We are rejecting the show because we are asking for fresh forgiveness. So what we need that time is mercy, not show. So we cannot come back because you don't fight with mercy. You ask for mercy as a defense. When it's time to attack, you don't use mercy. You show. Standing on the right platform. Are you sure you are with me? Glory to God.